I am Antonio, and I am in Pictori. I am with a citizen, a European citizen from Republic Czech, and she's telling me her opinion if Scotland should be part of Europe or still in United Kingdom.
Scotland needs to leave United Kingdom and rejoin European Union.
Asim, what do you? Well, because I am making interviews to many people. I like to know what do you like about your own culture and what you don't like. What do you like about United Kingdom? What you don't like?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand the first part of the question.
Well, the thing is, I'm making interviews about. I'm doing cultural interviews. So I would like to know what do you like about your own culture, about Republic Czech,
right.
And when you started to living here in United Kingdom, what's shocking for you, or what do you like? I don't know.
Right. Okay. I've moved here when I was 20 years old, so that's a long time ago. I like about Britain the openness of its citizens, on Scotland in particular. The kind of left-leaning culture, the generosity and the loveliness of Scottish people. What do I like about Czech people? Well, it's the place I was born, so those are my people, my folks, my kin. Czech people are maybe a bit more conservative, but on the other hand, they kind of down-to-earth, rational people, so that's what I like about Czechs. And anything else? What was the other bit?
Yeah, the last thing, for example, for me, when I'm making interviews, I'm showing some picture, but I don't have the picture now, and also I don't have time. But for example, a picture that I normally showing 2 or 3 years ago, I've in a demonstration in London, I found a woman working as police officer. This woman had Muslim culture, maybe was born in United Kingdom, maybe not, but had Muslim culture, and she was working as police officer wearing the hijab. I have not seen in Spain, and I don't have seen in France, and I don't have seen in Europe. So what do you think about?
Well, I think that's exactly the right thing for her to be wearing. She needs to be wearing what she wants to be wearing. You know, I don't. That's one of the cultural things that, you know, kind of is not difficult for me to accept about somebody else. And I think that in this case, it's very much live and let live. And I think we should all be more open towards different cultures, LGBT people, in particular trans people. We all need to drop prejudice and look at the actual evidence and look at the actual folks, and that's really important.
And the last thing, you're talking about the minority group LGBT.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have pictures also made by me. In some country, in some city, in United Kingdom, I have seen police car wearing a sticker in the car with a minority flag LGBT. I have not seen in Spain. I have not seen in France. I have not seen in Republic Czech because I have been there. So it is another point that I think in United Kingdom the government is more tolerant than other countries. Are you agree or not? Are you shocking for you that a police car wearing a flag of LGBT minority group? Or
right, I think those themes are quite complex, and I don't see I'm not as well informed as I should be, sadly. But, you know, LGBT has become kind of a brand. It's almost slogan waving around. Some LGBT people actually don't want to be put into a group of LGBT. You know, this whole thing is quite blown up. Yes, I've actually spoken once to a French guy, and he said, oh, it's so relaxed here in the UK. compared to France, but I've never experienced that myself. But there is a long way to go still in the UK, and there's actually an organization called Diversity Scotland. One of my friends is the manager, so if you look for Diversity Scotland and speak to Tony McCaffrey, I'm sure he will be happy to speak to you and answer any of your questions. He's the expert, compared to me. But United Kingdom as a whole, British government is on the slide to very, very bad things. Basically, it's sliding towards totalitarianism, inch by inch. Things that you hear from the current candidates for becoming the Prime Minister are frightening. So, yes, we are enjoying fair amount of freedom in this country, but it can go as quick as a flick of fingers, so we need to be really careful.
And the last thing about inflation. The inflation now in United Kingdom is coming out very quick, and the prices is coming out very quick. Do you think the reason is because United Kingdom left Europe, or are there another reason? It is the last question.
There is a huge component of United Kingdom leaving the European Union. There's no doubt about it. It's huge. The impact is huge. But it's the main strategy of the party who rules us down in Westminster, which has been bent on removing money from the poor and middle classes and sticking them into the pockets of the rich. So, for instance, this inflation is fueled by energy crisis. But if you look at it from the other point of view, you've got this country, Scotland, can produce all of its energy from its renewable sources. Therefore, it's not buying the energy from the outside. So why should we pay extra for shortage of energy in Europe, which is dependent on oil from Putin? Why should we be paying extra? That's all just fueled by the interests of the energy companies and of the rich, which the government is supporting. So that's how this is happening.
Yes,
Right.
I agree with you. Thank you so much for your opinions, okay?
All right. May
Yes,
I ask how this is going to be used?
Yes, let's go. I'm going to stop 1 second, please.